friends. Welcome or welcome back. This is Ouroboros Tarot. Today we are going to be asking, how does your person think that you see them as well as this connection? So I have 4 piles for you to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with you, as well as with your person's energy, and I will see you in a minute. Hi, pile 1. So today we are asking, how does your person think that you see them, and also how do they see this connection? I started pulling your guys' oracle cards, and I really would like to pull more before I give a definitive answer, because I'm seeing 2 different scenarios. And honestly, like, the one that I'm picking up on is, like, most strongly is the one that doesn't seem as obvious with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull some more just to be sure before we talk about it. Oh, okay. So we have, well, it came out reversed, and I think I'm gonna keep that in mind. We have protection, flow, and let's get one more. How do they think that, okay, we have sadness and cleanse. They all came out reversed. Okay, so the other oracle cards that I pulled for you are Twin Flame, Rescuer, the Womb, and Trust. And the light attributes of Rescuer are provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And the shadow attributes are assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just talk about both scenarios. That I'm picking up on. Actually, no, I truly am only picking up on one, and it doesn't seem obvious, because these cards like Twin Flame and Trust and Rescuer and the Womb, those are all really positive cards individually, but like all of this together with these other cards is not giving me such positive energy, in the sense of I feel like your person thinks that you are viewing this connection right now in a way in which you haven't in the past. It's like you've taken the rose-colored glasses off, and you're seeing this for what it is. And you're kind of hoping to rid yourself of it and also protect yourself. So let me get into this. I think that a lot of the time, or maybe not a lot of the time, but it can be with the term Twin Flame that we may mistake somebody for our Twin Flame, when truthfully all that is happening is a very unhealthy codependent type attachment. And truthfully, in this unhealthy codependent type of attachment, oftentimes are really poor treatment. There is really poor, you know what I'm saying. It feels like sometimes we can get confused over what a connection is and allow ourselves to be, or maybe not allowed. I don't mean it like that. That sounds very victim blamey, and I don't believe in that. I don't think that's what this is. It's more like sometimes we instead of just acknowledging that this behavior or this treatment isn't okay, the term twin flame can be thrown in there to try to justify poor behavior on another person's part. I hope that makes sense. I'm really trying to be mindful of the words that I use, because I don't want it to seem in any way as though I'm saying that when someone treats you poorly, you just allow it. If someone treats you poorly, it's because they have poor morals. They don't understand how to treat people. It's not because you allow it. So I didn't mean it that way. But anyway, so what I'm sensing is that this person that you are inquiring about is realizing that you are kind of waking up to the unhealthiness of this connection, where at one point you potentially could have really depended on this person, and now you're realizing that perhaps there was a lot more manipulation here than what you would have liked to have admitted, with this keeps the rescued one needy. It's almost like this person is under the impression that you are realizing that they're almost like this false hero that portrayed themselves as a hero, or portrayed themselves as somebody who was here to help you, but it was really to keep you bound to them. And I'm seeing it here with the womb too. This is like, the womb is a place where it's a place of nurturing, and it's a place of growth. But if you look at like what the womb is in its entirety, whatever is in the womb is at the mercy of the mother. So yeah, I'm sensing that they are understanding, or they are really believing right now that you are kind of onto them, and you're questioning things with this trust here. You're not really sure if you trust them. You're not really sure if they have your best intentions at heart, or interests at heart. It's like they feel as though they're on the verge of being caught, or they're on the verge of being exposed. And I think that they think that you see them as somebody who has brought them a lot of sadness, under the guise of like love or connection or twin flame energy. And you're kind of moving away from it now. If that resonated, like if it resonated, this is definitely your pile. If it didn't, I would suggest looking for another pile. And if you can't find something that resonates, it might be that your person and you are on totally different pages, and they honestly have no idea how it is that you actually see them and your connection, or there just might not be a pile for you today. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, well, I'm going to take it. And it came out like that, so I'm going to leave it like this. How does pile one's person think that pile one sees them? How do they think that they see them? We have the King of Cups. The Nine of Wands. The Eight of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. We have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so how do they think that you are viewing them, or how do they think you see this connection? So we'll just start right here with this Nine of Pentacles, because it flew out and it was reversed with the Queen of Pentacles. This Nine of Pentacles upright is something that is incredibly, incredibly empowering. This is a person sitting in their solitary power. She's abundant. She's in her garden. She's alone. And she knows her worth. And right underneath it is the Queen of Pentacles. So it's the same suit. It's more pentacle energy. It's more of this, like, what I would deem, I would say knowing your worth type of thing. And for this card to be reversed, I'm sensing that they think that you are viewing them as somebody who is not allowing you to step into your power. I feel like they're seeing you as this Queen of Pentacles, and they don't want that. They don't want this self-assured, stable person. They want somebody who is a little bit more insecure to keep around and to kind of manipulate. That's what they think you see them as. And in all honesty, like, I think it's kind of true. I'm not picking up on, like, you're misinterpreting this. This is really manipulative energy. And, like, what's so crazy to me, in all honesty, is that, like, these cards came out, and at first they were like, it's Twin Flame, Rescuer, the Womb, Trust. These are all such wonderful cards. And, like, at first I was like, oh wow. And then I took a minute and just, like, sat with it, and I was like, this isn't what it seems. This is not what it seems. And I don't think that if this is how you are feeling, or how you see them, as somebody who is, like, trying to take your power or keep your power from you, your personal power from you, I would say you're probably spot on. And then with the King of Cups here and then Judgment, this to me is like, they feel as though the spotlight is on them right now. This Judgment card here is like they're being called out on them not actually being this King of Cups. They're not actually this emotionally mature, stable person who's comfortable in their throne. And when I saw this King of Cups, I've used this deck for a while now, and I've never really noticed the King of Cups, like what he's holding. And I noticed it immediately. There's a heart inside of this cup, and I know that the artist meant it as, like, an emotional cup. But the phrase that came into my head immediately when this card came out was heart eater. Like, just heart eater. They think that you also see them as somebody who is I think that these two cards right here are them in their ego right now, and they're thinking that you also kind of think that they're, like, pretty amazing and pretty powerful. Like, they've gone through so much and, like, have come out on top. Like, I think they're, like, trying to, like, they really do sense that, like, you feel a little bit in awe of them, or, like, but I don't know. I think that, like, they might be deceiving themselves here with this energy. I think also with the Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands, this is indicating that they feel like you see this connection as something that isn't ready to be done. Like you're seeing this as something that you might potentially want to get out of, but like they don't actually think that you're going to sever this attachment. And then finally, I guess not finally because we have this card too, but then we have the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. I feel like they think that you are viewing yourself in this connection as like a little bit powerless, which is like kind of like what I was picking up on here, but this was more of like I feel like they're acknowledging that you kind of sense that there's this attempt at taking away your power. But here, I think that they view themselves as having been successful. I don't know. I mean, like we have sadness here, the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. This is very painful energy, and like I'm sensing that like they are recognizing that you are looking at this connection as something that is very harmful and very defeating, very self-defeating, and very confusing. Like I feel like they're under the impression that you feel confused, like you don't necessarily know what to think or who to trust or what to do. And because they think that you're confused, they also think that with this 3 of Pentacles here, you want to come toward them and like work with them in order to find stability, because right now it feels unstable. Right now it feels confusing and a little fearful, a little scary. And to come together to work on something, I think that they are under the impression that this is something that you are going to want to do in order to try to stabilize. I'm gonna get more cards. I don't like this. This is like very manipulative. How do they think that you... Okay, it came out like this, but I'm gonna put it like this. How do they think that you see them? We have courage. I'm gonna keep going. Or this connection. Okay, so we have courage, relief, and release. I think that they're recognizing that you want to sever this connection. You're trying to come up with the courage. They're like, I feel like you're just like, they see you as like trying to figure out what the heck to do, but like you would like to have the courage or summon the courage to release this connection so that you can heal. They know that you look at them as a cause of turmoil in your life. Ugh. I did not like that. Let's get you some affirmations. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. I think this is really important, especially if these 3 cards are resonating with you, of like wanting to find the courage to sever this connection or release this connection in some way. And I think that this card, if that has resonated with you, is really calling you to start looking at this from a perspective of self-love rather than fear of the unknown or fear of what could possibly happen. Start shifting your perspective into one of how can I show up for myself and love myself? How can I advocate for myself? don't like this at all. In all honesty, like, if this is resonating, I'm gonna put like the domestic violence hotline in the comments. It's not okay to have someone confuse you like this. I see grace and possibility in all of life's changes. Yeah, if this is something that like you're wanting to do and like you're ready to do it, but like you're scared of the change, like maybe this is with womb here, and I mean, like, this is heavy, this is a strong dependency. And with flow here, I'm not really sensing flow, like they think you're going with the flow. I'm sensing that they think you are in this connection still because it's more comfortable than having to take a step forward or having to go out into the unknown. Okay, I'm ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. Okay, pile one. Well, this is what I am seeing for you. If it resonated, I'm sorry. You always have free will and the power to change your course, and there's always help when you look for it. Kind of like how Mr. Rogers said, find the helpers, you'll always find the helpers. But yeah, I'm sending you so much love and so many hugs, and yeah, I'm sorry, pile one. I'm really rooting for you. I wish you the best, and hopefully I'll get the chance to see you in another video on a more lighter note in the future. Hello, pile two. So today we are asking, how does your person think that you see them and your connection? So the oracle cards that you have received so far are True Love, the Box, and Goddess. Your person feels like you see this connection, as well as how they approach you, as something that consists of unconditional love. I'm sensing with the Box here that they might be thinking that you see them as somebody who maybe isn't the most, I don't know if exciting would be the right word, like maybe not the most adventurous or creative. It's like, I think that they feel as though you see them as somebody who perhaps just doesn't really think outside the box. And this could really be just their own insecurities talking, where they kind of feel as though they're not all that cool, or like they don't have anything exciting to bring to the table. But the one thing that they do feel confident in, that you do see them as, is a good, loving partner. And with Goddess here, I'm picking up on them feeling like you know how worshipped you are. There's an element of sensuality here, and divine femininity, and they are under the impression that you know just how attracted they are to you, that you know what kind of hold you have on them. And another thing that I'm getting with this Box is actually like they think that you know you can trust them and that they're not going to cross any sort of lines. They're not going to betray you. They're going to stay within the confines of this connection respectfully. But let's keep going. This is definitely not as heavy and confusing as pile 1. That one was, oof, rough. Okay, how do they think you see them? Anxiety. Okay. Determination. And balance. So with anxiety and balance here, I feel like you see them. I'm just going to say you see them because it's really, really hard to continue to like clarify that it's them, what they're thinking. So you see them as somebody who is really anxious, really worried, perhaps not the most secure or confident in themselves. And with balance here, I'm sensing that you see them as somebody who, oh man, it had come to me when it came out and it's gone now. It had to do with anxiety. Like I'm sensing with anxiety and balance that there's like an element of like, the word that's coming to mind is boring, but I think that's like so, I think that word is coming to mind because that might be what they think of themselves as, is like not as adventurous or cool, more like responsible and like kind of like just like nervous a little bit, very responsible. I'm picking up on responsible energy. And with determination here, I think that you also see them as somebody who would really go above and beyond for this connection. Really would. There's an element of stability here with this balance. There's an element of security, stability, and consistency. It feels safe. Okay, let's keep going. How do they think you see them? Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. The 3 of Swords. I'm kind of picking up on this like energy of like fearful of abandonment. There's 3. Okay, I'm gonna take it. The King of Pentacles reversed. That's so interesting. The 2 of Swords, the 4 of Wands. I'm just trying to get this top one. We have Death. How do they think that you see them? Too many. And we have the Sun. Okay, I understand. So this King of Pentacles reversed with the Sun. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Empress. Okay, so the King of Pentacles reversed along with the Sun is indicating to me that they don't understand. There's this element of confusion as to why you think they're so wonderful. Like, I think that they think that you are, oh my God, how am I trying to say this? They think you see them as this King of Pentacles upright. I don't think I'm going to do this type of reading again because it is very confusing to me. I hope I'm making sense. I really do. I think they think you see them as this King of Pentacles, somebody who is strong, capable, responsible, stable, mature, warm, caring, gentle. And I mean, those are all wonderful qualities to have in a partner, right? And for it to be reversed, this is showing up reversed because this is their insecurity talking. This is this level of anxiety, or like the box that I'm feeling, where they're looking at it like, what's so great about that? Like there's so many other great qualities in other people out there that like that I don't have. And then with the sun here, it's like they see you viewing them in such a healing, loving, innocent nature. Like the sun is all about healing and illumination. And I think that you see them in a way that they don't necessarily see themselves, and it makes them feel good. But with the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, and then the Three of Swords and Death, there is this huge fear of abandonment. And I think that they are feeling very self-conscious about this. Like they're very aware of how they are projecting this energy onto you, and they are under the impression that you view them as somebody who is very emotional, very fearful of like making any sort of like decision or change or anything really that could potentially impact this connection negatively. Like I'm kind of picking up on like a conflict avoidance in a sense, and it's from like a deep fear of abandonment, or of this connection coming to an end, of pain. And so these cards are coming out here because they are under the impression that you are very aware of this. This is something that I think makes them feel very insecure. And it's here, they have these big fears because what they have with you, it feels so wonderful. And I think that with these cards here, there's acknowledgement that you, at least they truly believe this, you feel the same amount of love and joy and stability and happiness and peace, and just overall, it's just so loving, such loving energy. You feel it too. And there's not a doubt in their mind that you don't love them, that you aren't, like, I almost sense like you view them as family. Like, and I don't mean it as like, oh, like you're my brother, you're like a brother to me, or something like that. Like more like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't mean it like that. It's just like there's romantic love here, but there's also just that eternal oneness kind of love. And with the goddess here, and then the empress here as well, which is more goddess energy. I think that you see them as somebody to care for. There's like an element of comfort to you. You feel a need to comfort this person, to nurture this person. You see them as someone who is in need of that. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. We have safe travel. How do they think they see them, or this connection? We have home. Yes, it's like that's it's coming out over this Four of Wands, which is all about home. And then, you know, I picked up on like a familial energy because the Four of Wands is all about home, and then the Empress is like the ultimate motherhood card, and I'm just sensing this like feeling of like peace and safety, and it like goes beyond, this is how I want to say it, this love goes beyond just like passionate fiery love, although that's here, and it goes into that gentle, unconditional, purest form of love there is, that transcends the physical world. Okay, and then we have knowledge. So they could think that you think that they're really smart, that you gain insight from them, and it's something that you value. And we have psychic here. So it could be that they feel as though you see them as somebody who can teach you a lot about just about the world and the universe and the laws of the universe, how to develop your psychic abilities, how to be, I think that they're viewing themselves, or they are under the impression that you view them as somebody who is incredibly intelligent and very connected to the spirit world, or just to their own higher self. And with psychic here, the image of it looks like 2 rings. So I think also the psychic card, if that wasn't resonating with you, could be indicating that they think you feel as though you two are kind of like soulmates or life partners, or just deeply connected on a soul level. And with safe travel here, like the one thing that I'm seeing, okay, so with safe travel and home, I could see this as they feel like you see this connection as something that's progressing into perhaps moving in together if you haven't, or changing residences together. There's this element of change, and with home right next to it, I think that for a lot of you, it does have to do with housing or with residence. However, these don't have to go hand in hand. This safe travel could also be indicating that they think you see them as somebody who you want to build a life with, and in part of that is going on adventures together, traveling together, seeing the world together. Yeah, there's just like this, there's an element of insecurity here that is showing up on your person's end that I don't necessarily think, I mean, it could be coming up because they are aware that their insecurities are pretty obvious, or at least they feel as though they are. But yeah, I'm picking up on a lot of not realizing this. It's this energy of them not realizing their self-worth or what they bring to the table, and they're like shocked that you see these lovely things in them. Okay, let's go ahead and get you some affirmations. What affirmations are there for pile 2? Nope. What affirmations are there for pile 2? Okay. We have, I communicate with ease and grace. People are willing to embrace what I have to say. Instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I kind of threw these out. I think they're important. We have, my kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. And all that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. There's two cards here indicating to choose love over fear. And then we have kindness here and communication. And I think obviously you should take these affirmations however they resonate. If there's a message here for you that is just for you, I might not pick up on it, and you should definitely take that message. But what I'm seeing here with all four of these cards is that it might be beneficial to communicate in this Empress and Sun way, in this loving, gentle way that they see in you. The level of care that you have for them, and also the acknowledgement of their fears, as well as like perhaps even an expression of your love, if that is something that you are feeling in return. They're under the impression that you do feel this just as strongly. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 2. If it resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 3. So today we are asking, how does your person think that you see them? And also, how do they think you see this connection? So I've been getting really confused in all of the other videos, the other 2 videos that I've done so far. So please bear with me. I really hope that it makes sense. I think I might try my best to just say, you see this person this way, or you feel this way. Or you're thinking this about this connection, because trying to put all those words together about them and what they think you see is just a little too much for me. So I'm going to do my best. Okay, so the cards that were pulled for you are Apology, the Vow, and the Liberator. You see this person as somebody who has broken their promise, or has betrayed you in some sort of way, has let you down, whether that was like a spoken, like an actual agreed upon thing, or maybe it was an unspoken type of understanding that you had between the two of you. There's this element of betrayal here. And the light attributes of the Liberator are freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. And the shadow attributes are imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. And what I feel is that they think you are seeing them as somebody who is trying to make this right. They could have in the past showed up in these shadow attributes. Perhaps ignoring legitimate constraints has to do with them having ignored their own constraints in their life when they agreed to make a promise to you, or agreed to make some sort of commitment to you. And now they are trying to show up in these light attributes where they free themselves from outmoded beliefs and negative thought patterns. There's this element of actively trying to make this betrayal or mistake or letdown right. And if they have not, if they're not actually doing this, but the betrayal or the letdown is resonating with you, they are under the impression that you see them as somebody who owes you an apology, and who owes you changed behavior, and who owes you a recommitment of some kind, or a new promise, or an opportunity to make this right. So either you feel as though this is something that's owed to you by them, or you see them as somebody who is trying to make it right. But let's keep going. You know what? I'm going to get some of these first. How do they think you see them in this connection? How do they think you see them? We have comfort. How do they think you see them and this connection? Magic. Okay, this is too many. I'm just going to take confidence. Okay. So, you see them as somebody who perhaps is really sure of themselves right now, when really they when really they maybe shouldn't be, if they really have screwed up as badly as some of the energy I'm picking up on. But there's this element of confidence here that you're seeing, in which they really feel as though they can like just come back and everything's going to be handy dandy, or they really are like just really confident that they will be able to show you that they have changed, or that they have a higher value or sense of worth in terms of this relationship now. And with comfort and magic here, I'm sensing with comfort that you might be seeing them in the sense of like they're coming back because potentially it didn't work out with a different situation, or if it's not that, it might be that they genuinely have missed this connection. I'm sorry, this reading is, I'm not going to do this reading again because it's just so, I'm so confused. I'm like reading these cards and I'm having to remind myself of what it is exactly that I'm reading. So I'm sorry that if it's really confusing, because I'm confusing myself. So they think you see them with this magic and confidence. There's a little bit of cockiness here, but I mean, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's nothing here indicating that you are seeing them in these three cards in a bad light or in a negative light. It's more like you're seeing them as somebody who might be coming toward this connection with a new perspective. And it potentially could be because life... I'm trying not to cuss on my channel. I know I do sometimes, and I'm trying really hard not to, but sometimes I just don't know what else to say except for this, so I'm going to. I feel like for a lot of them, you're viewing them as like, you're really confident, but I'm also wondering why you're coming back. I think it might be because life has made you her bitch. Like, something happened, and now you're running back with your tail between your legs, with a new sense of with a new perspective, understanding that maybe the grass isn't always greener, or realizing that what they had was actually a really good thing, and I think you're viewing them as like, suddenly they're realizing the value of this connection. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know why I'm getting so confused, but I'm getting like really confused. And it's not just your reading, like it's been every reading thus far. It's just, I think, not for me, I guess. Okay. How do they think you see them and this connection? Okay. Okay, I'm going to actually take all three. And they came out reversed. But this makes total sense to me. So you have the Eight of Wands reversed, the King of Cups reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. How do they think you see them in this connection? We have justice. Yes, this is that making things right. Okay. How do they think you see them and this connection? How do they think you see them and this connection? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Okay. The Four of Cups reversed. The Two of Swords reversed. They're definitely realizing that they have a lot of work to do, a lot of proving to do. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man. And then on the back of the deck, the Hermit. Okay. So, very conflicting energies. They definitely understand that the damage has been done, and that there's a lot of blocked energy here, first of all. And then the energy that is upright is much more cryptic. Like, it's much more, we have Justice, the Hanged Man, and the Hermit. There's not a whole lot of clarity in these cards. Like, the Hanged Man and the Hermit are really cards that seek clarity rather than clarity has arrived, I guess. And I think they know that there's an issue of trust here. They know you don't trust them. They know you still view them as this person who just kind of flies by the seat of their pants, who doesn't really recognize what's in front of them, who really isn't all that emotionally available, who really doesn't have the capacity to step into some sort of masculine energy and be giving. Someone who's very impulsive, and somebody who can't make a choice to save their life, who can't commit to anything. But what I think is, with these cards being reversed, I think there's like a little bit of hope on their end, or they really do think that you are still kind of upset about this behavior of this energy that they have shown up in the past. But since they're all reversed, there's like also this element of like, you may be viewing them as like potentially getting past this. But I don't think that you've gotten past this like element of like having lots of options. I think that they're under the impression that this is something that you're fearful of. But with Justice here, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man, with the Hermit here, this is more of this energy of like having broken a vow. Like, I feel like for a lot of you there was separation, or perhaps there still is. Like I was saying, like for some of you, you may just be under the impression that this person does owe you an apology and you're waiting for it, and that's what they're thinking you see them as. But with this, I think that they're also really thinking that you see them as somebody who, in this separation, has gained insight, and has grown, and is genuinely trying to do better, is genuinely trying to make things right. And with the Hanged Man here, there's also this element of like, I wouldn't even say acceptance, because with Justice here, like, it's almost like accountability. Like, it is acceptance, but it's accepting, they are accepting their transgressions. They're accepting their mistakes. They're accepting the parts of themselves, and I don't mean they're accepting responsibility for these things. They're taking responsibility for them, and they're under the impression that you see them doing this. And again, if they're not, they're under the impression that they're not stupid. Either way, they know that this is what they need to do in order to make things right. Let's keep going. How do they think you see them? And okay. We have shift. But it did, you know what? I'm going to just see what else comes out first. How do they think you see them? Okay. Yeah, I think this was meant to be reversed. Okay. I'm going to take past life and then safe travel. Okay, and they all came out reversed. So they feel like they're being rejected in their efforts, is what I want to say. Like, past life is reversed, and so this to me is indicating that they're trying to come back into this connection, and it's being blocked. And I'm sensing the return of this past because of safe travel here, and that's blocked too. And then with divinity here and shift, it's like they really want to show you, or they're trying to prove to you that they have like really gotten in touch with their introspective, spiritual, higher self side, and have really grown. And both, these are blocked too. It's like you don't necessarily entirely see them for what they are showing you. Like, there's just an element of like worry here. Like, it's like, I think you're hopeful. There's hope here, and there's hope here, but also I think like some damage, significant damage to this connection was done. And forgiveness or moving past this is not yet, not enough reparations, or not enough trying to make things right or build trust back up again has happened yet. Okay, and then finally we're going to get some affirmations. What affirmations are there for pile 3? Okay. I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. And we have creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. And my power lies in my peaceful presence. Okay, pile 3. Well, this is where I'm going to leave you. This was incredibly confusing to me. It hurts my head. So I hope that it made sense to you. I hope it resonated. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I swear it won't be as confusing as this. Feel free to book one in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box, and hopefully I will have the chance to read for you again in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 4. So today we are asking, how does your person think that you see them? And also, how do they think you see this connection? So it's been incredibly confusing for me. Um, I think just like in terms of trying to, I don't know why, honestly, because I do How Do They Think You Feel videos all the time. But for some reason, like my little brain is not wrapping my head around its head. My little brain is not wrapping its head around this. Um, I'm gonna do my best, and I might just be saying like you think this or you see this, but like no, what I'm saying is that they think you see this. Yeah. Okay. So the cards that I have pulled for you are Networker, the Stone, Poet, and Integrity. This is beautiful. If you actually see this person in the way in which they believe that you see them, it's just lovely. You see them as someone who is, for one, deeply romantic. The light attributes of the poet are expresses soul insights in symbolic language. This person is very romantic and expressive of their feelings. And I think it goes beyond just words here. I think it's expression just in so many different languages of love, rather than just like verbal language. I'm talking just like all the love languages. And with Stone and Integrity here, I feel like you see them as somebody who is your rock, somebody that you can depend on, someone who has the qualities of a life partner, somebody who really isn't flighty, who you know has like solid ground and roots and a sense of self, and also somebody who's honest, who's forthright, who has this energy of integrity to them. And the light attributes of Networker are enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. You see this person as somebody who is just a wonderful human being who brings a lot of light into this world, who perhaps is very extroverted, although they don't necessarily have to be. I know for me, I'm an introvert, and yet I love people. I love talking to people, but I think for me, like, it's more of like on a one-on-one type of level, or in like small intimate settings. So they could be really extroverted, but they could also be very introverted. But there's this love of their brothers and sisters, of their human family here. And also with Networker, I'm sensing that like they would, the term that I'm thinking is like give their shirt off their back to you, but like that's not really what I mean. Like it's more like they would go out of their way to find resources for you for whatever it is that you need. They'd go out of their way to make sure that you feel comfortable. It's so lovely. I hope that you actually see them this way. I hope they're actually showing up for you in the way in which they are assuming that you see them, because who wouldn't want something as lovely as that? Just an overall warm, loving, stable, trustworthy, consistent person who is emotionally available and expresses their feelings. Okay, we have intuition. Hunger. Okay. Peace and mystery. Okay, so with intuition and mystery, the energy I'm picking up on is one of awe, or like a very, very, very spiritual and deep connection between the two of you. I'm sensing that they think you feel as though this connection is kind of written in the stars, or you don't necessarily understand this connection entirely, because it is just so, it transcends like the physical world. But there's just this connectedness here. And then with hunger and peace, I feel like you see this connection as something that like you want more of. Like there's this want, but it's not for lack. It's just because it's just so wonderful. This connection brings about a lot of peace, a lot of like calmness, stillness. It's not a chaotic energy. It's not chaotic in the sense of like passionate, yet also emotionally troubled or like tumultuous. This is very loving, genuinely caring, deeply intimate, and it's I don't know, it has all the I guess it has all the perks of like, you know, like that passionate, those passionate connections that are a little bit tumultuous. That passion is there, but it goes beyond turmoil. There's no pain here, other than, you know, just people being humans and occasionally making mistakes, but there's no turmoil here. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, how do they think you see them in this connection? Oh my God. Nope. How do they think you see them? Okay, I saw this several times. I was wondering if this was going to come out. I am curious about this, okay? The 5 of Cups reversed. The Magician. The 2 of Cups. I'm actually going to put it like this. Wow, what is up with this? Death. I kind of understand. Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, and then the 10 of Pentacles. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, so let's talk about the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, because it stumped me for a minute there. Because I saw this kept flashing at me, and I was like, I'm a little weirded out by that, because like this doesn't seem like deceptive energy. This just seems so loving. But what I'm getting from the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords is that they are under the impression that you feel as though they or this connection has really helped you step outside of your trust issues. Perhaps someone in the past was very hurtful to you, or there's this element of hurt here that's over, that's ended. It's like this connection really helped begin, or at least catapult a little bit, or like push you a little bit further along in your healing journey. And it's ended this element of like paranoia, or maybe perhaps even like not showing up in connections authentically in order to have true intimate moments with people. There's this ending here of deception in some kind of way, where it's like, and I don't think it has to do with them having ever betrayed you in any way. I think it's like from your past. I think there's hurt from your past that is like kind of, you've gained closure from it at this point. And in having worked through that, healed that while being in this connection, you've also killed off a part of yourself the part of yourself that's like ego fear of like being betrayed or being hurt, or showing up authentically and not being accepted in the way in which you had hoped. There's no longer this fear of that energy. There's no longer that energy. I think also with the Four of Cups here, this is I sense that like this connection has offered you something, and it's a shift in perspective. This connection has offered you a shift in perspective to start living life differently, to start seeing life differently, to start seeing people differently, seeing connections differently, seeing yourself differently. And you also see this person as potentially your twin flame, your soulmate, your life partner, 100%. This is somebody that you feel as though you can be with for the rest of your life. This is your partner, is how you see it. The Page of Pentacles reversed. I kind of feel like maybe there's like this like feeling in your person of like not being the most like financially sound or financially stable person, and yet for whatever reason, like I feel like they view themselves as this Page of Pentacles, like rather than like a King of Pentacles where they're like financially stable and like in their wealth. They feel as though they're this Page of Pentacles, and they're acknowledging that this is how they feel about themselves. But then in terms of how you see them, you don't see them as this page. You see them as this magician. This is as abundant as it gets. They have every single thing they need. They have swords, pentacles, cups, wands. They're the whole package. They're the whole package. Let's keep going. How do you see this person? How do they think you see them and your connection? We have past life. Yeah, this is more of this like twin flame soulmate type of energy. They think you recognize them on a soul level. They think you feel as though you have had many lives with this person. Trust, yes. Yep. I feel like this connection has really helped you let go of the fear of trusting the unknown, allowing other people to have their autonomy perhaps, allowing other people to show you who they truly are. Okay. And then we have new moon. Yeah, the new and the new moon is giving me this like blank slate type of energy, you know, like it's like I feel like you're viewing this connection as, or this person as somebody who really helped you kind of sift through your healing, sift through your shadow work, so that you could have a new phase in life. It's like perhaps you met this person when you were at the phase of a full moon, but this full moon was like an abundance of trauma or hurt or just things that you weren't feeling happy about. It was like a full moon of unhappiness. And this connection is like a part of a new phase of your life. That's really beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead, and I hope that this is resonating for you and like you see this like your person does, because I would be so happy for you if this is actually what's going on and not just how they're perceiving it. Guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. We have the difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. This is beautiful. And it's giving me the same, like what I have picked up on. Like if I were to just like express what I am picking up on, I would say that there was a past relationship that really hurt you and really betrayed you. And I feel like this connection with the Two of Cups here has really helped hold up a mirror to yourself and helped you kind of like process everything and show up for yourself in a different light, show up just in life with a different perspective. Of course, like that's just, there are 1,000 ways in which these cards could be interpreted, and there's also thousands of views. So I'm sure that's not going to match everyone's scenario entirely, but I do just sense this like fresh start or like this healing journey. What advice or affirmations are there for pile 4? Okay, and then we have, there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. I am being guided to learn and grow. And one more for you guys. One more affirmation for pile 4, please. One more affirmation. Okay, and then we have, we have 2. I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. Okay. And my friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. So I think this one's a very special one. And if perhaps this connection is something in which you have really put a lot of attention to recently, and now you're kind of not focusing as much on other aspects of your life, this card could potentially be encouraging you to start nurturing those other relationships in your life that also bring about joy and love to you. But pile 4, that's what I'm seeing for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to hear about how it did. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the description box for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye.